Alex Eala's big stage return, from junior champion to U.S. Open challenger. New York. The energy is different when Alex Eala steps onto the hard courts of Flushing Meadows. It isn't just another tournament stop. For her, the U.S. Open is a reminder of what once was and what could be again. In 2022, a teenage Eala etched her name in history here, becoming the first Filipino to capture a Grand Slam junior singles crown. That memory lingers, the smile, the tears, the flag draped around her shoulders. Now, 3 years later, she returns not as a rising junior, but as a main draw contender, ready to carve out her place among the best in the world. 2 days before her first-round match, Eala put in the kind of work that separates dreamers from doers. Under the watchful eyes of her Rafa Natal Academy coaches Joan Bosch and Luc Bauza, and with her father Mike standing nearby, she powered through 2 practice sessions. Against Japan's Moyuka Uchijima in the morning and Egypt's Mayar Sharif in the afternoon, Eala's baseline game crackled with intent. There were no crowds cheering yet, but her intensity suggested she was already in match mode. "She loves these courts," Mike said with a knowing smile. "And she's ready." The timing couldn't be more daunting. Her first main draw test comes against Denmark's Clara Tauson, World No. 15, fresh off a summer run that included a Wimbledon 4th round and a stunning victory over Ida Swiatek in Montreal. Tauson is the kind of opponent that can intimidate with pedigree alone. But for Eala, this is exactly the kind of stage she has been preparing for. Her preparation hasn't been easy. A shoulder issue after the Canadian Open forced her to recalibrate, spending 3 weeks in Mallorca fine-tuning her game and rebuilding her confidence. "The training never stops," Mike said. "There are always things to improve, and she's been locked in." Yet beyond drills and game plans, what sets this U.S. Open apart for Eala is the community that rallies around her. Filipinos from across the United States traditionally show up in numbers at Flushing Meadows, waving flags and chanting her name from the stands. On Friday, during Fan Week, a handful were already present, some traveling hours just to see her practice, others calling out Laban Pilipinas as she packed up her gear. "It makes a huge difference," her father admitted. "The Filipino fans turn these courts into home." For Eala, that support could be the extra edge she needs. She thrives on energy, on belief, on the idea that when she fights for every point, she fights for something bigger than herself. On Sunday, when she walks onto Grandstand Court for her long-awaited U.S. Open debut, the stakes will be higher, the opponent tougher, the spotlight brighter. But that's exactly where Alex Eala has always wanted to be. And if history is any indication, Flushing Meadows might just be the place where she writes another unforgettable chapter.